What's up, everybody? Welcome to Funeral Nation episode 119. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the funeral commander Harbison. Jeff, I am attending a CANA, the annual CANA conference in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I'm under an escalator right now because it's the most quiet spot that I could find.
I would say I'm jealous, but I'm in frothy 114-degree weather here in Phoenix. So, 6 and 1/2 dozen.
That's right.
Do have some ocean there, and
We got some ocean. We got a breeze too, so it's only like a balmy 93. So it's cool.
And you also have more cigars a lot closer. So that's a good thing.
That's right. That's right.
Before we even get started, we're powered by C&J, Jamie and his team. I actually had Jamie, one of the clients that we have here at Foresight, assisted one of Jamie and his team assisted them. It could have turned out to be a legal matter. Folks, if you're not using C&J for collecting your money off of life insurance, you're wrong. Anyway, roll this promo.
What payment method do you prefer families use for your goods and services? Most funeral homes and cemeteries prefer cash check or credit card over life insurance as the preferred method of payment. However, families who use life insurance are able to purchase the funeral service of their choice and spend 31% more on your goods and services. By encouraging more families to pay with insurance, you can create a better experience for the family and become more profitable without increasing your call volume. The reason most firms prefer cash check or credit card over life insurance is that insurance companies are a hassle to deal with, and payment can often take weeks or months to receive. With C&J Financial, you can receive funding within 24 hours of verification of benefit, thereby eliminating the hassle, headache, and cash flow delay in processing insurance death claims. Let us show you why hundreds of funeral homes all across America choose C&J for their assignment funding needs, and why many associations, accounting firms, and industry leaders recommend C&J to their clients and members.
So Ryan, you're down there at CANA 100th, great venue location. What's your thoughts about what's going on there?
So let's talk about some positives. I think the positives are that this is a more intimate conference. So exhibitors and the conference and speakers and seminars are all in the same room. There's no divider. So at any point, someone can walk out of the seminar and immediately to your booth and have a conversation, and that's happened. So I think that's positive from a brand exposure standpoint. I also think the big positive of being here, it's my first time attending the annual CANA convention. A lot of the heavy players are here. So a lot of the big cremation companies and the progressive mover, shaker, decision makers are here. And I think that's really good. I think CANA is drawing a good audience of attendees that are the decision makers and more progressive funeral homes. So I'm excited about that. From a content standpoint, I think I expected a little bit more from just, with cremation as prevalent as it is and now overtaking burial and the preference of the consumer. Now is when CANA should be beating their drum on the value of cremation, how to price cremation correctly, how to handle non-religious families, how to handle religious families that are doing cremation, the different types of families and different types of income levels that are choosing cremation, because it's not just price driven. So I think there's a lot of strategic things that I expected to hear that I'm not. So I've been a little disappointed on the educational side, but from a attendee perspective, I think the convention is well attended, and I think it's a lot of decision makers. So that's valuable for me on the vendor side.
Right. Interesting you say that. There's all sorts of cremation conferences going on and strategy sessions and people getting certified. But we're not talking about the meat and potatoes, which is the dollar piece of it. How does that fit in? We still have funeral homes. In fact, I'm going to take a bet a vast majority of funeral homes that their basic service charge, let's just say, is $2,000. And they're charging families for cremation $1,500. Okay? And so basically, burial families are subsidizing cremation families, and nobody's having that discussion.
Right.
The problem isn't cremation. Cremation's fantastic opportunity for our business, but we keep playing patty cake with the subject, and the subject is we're not doing it right. The model's broken. Now, there are some, granted, but you know what? The low-cost cremation isn't the winning factor out here.
That's right.
In fact, we have data, and the NFDA has data also that, people don't choose funeral home because of price. We have a client that it doesn't even show up, and they're in a very competitive market, and they're charging cremation basically what they need. It's about the service and frankly, the reputation and what the funeral home provides for the family. Unfortunately, all we hear about is, the low-cost guys. I got news for you out here. Hear it from the commander right now. If the low-cost people were winning, you'd be out of business now. Period. Does that make sense? If everybody was buying Kia Sportages, you're all gone.
That's right.
They don't. Okay? So anyway, that's a whole different subject. Ryan, we're gonna do some cool things. In fact, let's take a quick break. That little commentary is brought by our friends out that make caskets. Who are they?
Sitch Casket. Let's roll that promo.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by Sitch Casket. Sitch has changed everything for funeral homes facing declining profits from cremation, with casket quality equal to the top domestic brands, but at half the cost or better. Sitch. Only your accountant can tell the difference.
Yeah, okay, so you hinted on it. We've got some changes coming to, not as much changes on the website of the Funeral Nation show, but we're going to be adding some components that carry on the conversation that Jeff and I have and some of the interviews. So, Jeff, you and I get a lot of feedback about people love it when we kind of banter back and forth like this, because you and I are typically on the same page, but we come at it different angles, and we're really not afraid to talk about the topics that nobody else will talk about. So we're going to be rolling out in the near future a podcast version of the Funeral Nation show that will be an extension of each episode. So we interview somebody, we have a topic Jeff and I are talking about. We then parlay that into a podcast where we extend that conversation. So, I envision this being something that can be digested in the prep room, driving to pick up a body, doing a removal, whatever it may be. So if you are a podcast listener, then you should be watching for the Funeral Nation podcast. That is not going to be just the audio ripped out of the episode, but an actual separate extension where we are going to be incorporating a lot of the more, the gloves will absolutely come off on the audio version. We'll say that.
Yeah, I think those conversations need to be had. And, frankly, let's just call it, we're two of the leading voices in the industry. Whether you agree with us or not, we're being heard. And I think that we tend to be more positive toward what we're looking for the future versus advocating for what was in the past. Mm-hmm. I made a quote the other day that the, quote, traditional funeral is going to become as extinct as the people who were promoting them. It's pretty good right there.
That's a good one.
So we're going to talk more about that. And basically, if you're not following along, you're following behind. And we're going to lead that conversation.
That's it.
Well, Ryan, you're there. And I'm getting ready to get on the plane shortly to head to Dixieland, if you will.
Very nice.
And, I'll be back after a while. Anyway, let's connect back up. But who's brought this portion to us?
Yeah, speaking of change makers and leading the conversation, Live Oak Bank. These guys are doing a great job. You and I were honored enough to be a part of a round table that they put on. And so they're bringing a lot of change conversation and disrupting kind of how things are done, which you and I can appreciate. So let's roll that promo from Live Oak Bank.
Introducing a new way for cemetery owners to grow their business. The Inventory Growth Loan, powered by Live Oak Bank. Want a better way to expand your inventory than the traditional pre-sale plans? Build and grow your businesses now. The Inventory Growth Loan leverages the value of newly constructed mausoleums and columbaria to get your expansion project moving sooner. Whether you're an existing cemetery needing to increase your number of crypts or a funeral home looking to add a memorial garden or columbarium, this product is your potential game changer. The Inventory Growth Loan recognizes the cyclical nature of cemetery sales. So when sales are low, enjoy less strain on your cash flow. When sales are strong, pay down more of your principal. A more aggressive principal paydown shortens the life of your loan and fuels further expansion. Plus, our online management system allows you to easily manage your new inventory, monitor sales, review payments, and check your loan balance all in one place. The system also automates disbursements after each sale, then updates your loan balance, which helps you stay connected to your business's performance. The Inventory Growth Loan is faster and more flexible than traditional loans, which allows you to pay less and retain more value. Ready to grow? Contact us and learn more about the Inventory Growth Loan, powered by Live Oak Bank.
Well, Commander, another week in the bag, no pun intended. Episode 119 out. What do we got coming up?
We're going to have an interview with a superlative in the industry next week that knows a lot about the interweb.
Intrawebs?
Yeah, he knows a lot about the interweb. By the way, you said the difference is we agree most of the time.
Yeah.
I'm prep and you've got the bling, you know? But we're a unified boy.
Check these bad boys out.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I've got Tommy Bahama flip-flops on. So.
Well, see, I wish I was in flip-flops, but I'm not on the beach.
Yeah, well, I don't need to be. I
Close
think
enough.
I'm always somewhere near the sand.
That's
Anyway,
right.
brother.
Okay, man.
And we'll see you, Funeral Nation, next week
You got it. Until next time, have a great effing week.
out here.